Yeah, so I almost died on November 24th, 2024, Thanksgiving Day. If you guys have been paying attention to my social media posts and what's been going on with me, my mom is battling stage 4 cancer. With that being said, too, here's the link to my mom's GoFundMe. If you guys can, please donate whatever you can. We're definitely trying to help her out on her way and hope that she makes recovery. She is doing better. But anyone who knows that battling with cancer, especially one as advanced as stage 4, it's a long battle. So anything you guys can do to help would be greatly appreciated. Anything that you donate through the GoFundMe will go to her and my family, and anything that you guys donate on this video will as well. I went up to take care of her and try and help her with her treatments and a bunch of other things. And when I went up there, it was like super, super traumatic. It like kind of unleashed this trauma that I had stored within me from when I was a kid. And I didn't really know how to deal with it, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And when I got back from Washington, I slowly started drinking again. And the drinking just eventually got to the point where it was like very unhealthy. And I knew I had to stop. So I chose to stop. But this time when I chose to stop, I got super, super sick. Like, I don't know how to explain it really, except for the fact that like I was almost having seizures. I was like shaking really crazy. Like my hands were to the point that they were like shaking like this. And it was super, super intense. I've always kept my my alcoholism kind of like out of the spotlight. It wasn't really too big of a problem for years and years and years and years. And then coincidentally enough, whenever anything traumatic happened in my life, I tried to self-medicate, which is a horrible thing to do. If you're a drinker and you're going through something traumatic or serious, you should just definitely put it down for a while and just not drink. After this situation, I'm probably never going to drink again because I got so close to dying. But yeah, the night that I was trying to stop and the night I got admitted to the hospital, I have stopped before. And I've had little things like kind of detox side effects or whatever. But this one was insane. And I was just like shaking really bad to the point where I couldn't even take a drink of water. I couldn't even take a drink of like anything. I would like get it close to my face. My hands would just start shaking. And when you're in your head, you're kind of trying to like convince yourself that everything's okay, that you're going to be okay, that nothing is that serious. But it just kept getting worse and worse and worse over like a 12 to 24-hour period. And it got to the point where I was starting to walk around and my whole body was kind of shaking. And it just basically started to occur to me like, damn, this might not get better. And, you know, at first I was trying to like just push through it and get myself to kind of snap out of it and like try and drink some water. Like anything I drank, it would just go down and come right back up immediately. And, you know, nothing was really sticking. And I got to the point where I was just kind of laying there and I was like, damn, am I going to keep doing this? Like I was thinking about calling 911 in my head. And then the thing that got me to call 911 was thinking about my family, my friends, you guys, like everyone out there that like, if I didn't choose to call at that time, there was a huge chance I could have died. So, I chose to call 911, or I couldn't even call 911. My girlfriend did, thank God. And, she had me picked up by the ambulance. And at first it seemed like the paramedics kind of thought it was a joke or something. But there was a moment where they asked me to pull out my wallet. And I pulled it out and they wanted me to pull my IDs out. And I went to grab them and my hand just shaked and they just went flying all over the place. And after that, they kind of looked like, oh, this is some serious shit. Because I don't think they'd ever seen anything like that happen before. But they took all my vitals. They took everything. And they're like, yeah, you're coming with us. So they strapped me into the gurney, rolled me out. Right after they started rolling me out, I started to feel a lot better. Waved bye to my girlfriend. And got taken to the emergency room. And they started giving me some medicine to kind of get me to calm down and get my body to stop shaking. And it was pretty serious because it would like work for a second and I would stop shaking, and then it would just start up again and I would start doing it. So like 3 hours in the emergency room, they decided, well, okay, well, we're going to keep you because this is pretty serious. So we're going to give you a room. We're going to bring you upstairs. And once I got upstairs, I started to really relax. It was like starting to really dawn on me, like, okay, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. Like before that, I was like in extreme shock. Like it was hard for me to think. There's a lot of stuff going on that was just really tough inside my head. And it was really rough. So once I got admitted to my room, they started hooking up more IVs. At this point, I think I already had like 3 IVs pumped into me. When I was admitted, I weighed about 151 pounds. And by the time I left, I think I weighed like 156. I'm back to like a good normal weight right now. I'm at like 170. But yeah, they just pumped me full of vitamins and a whole bunch of IVs and had me rest. And something really interesting that did happen, though. I don't know exactly what they gave me, but I remember laying in my bed when I first got admitted, and then I closed my eyes, and I'd open them, and it'd be daytime, and I'd close them, and I opened them, and I did that like 4 or 5 times. And then the last time I opened them, it was like dark. It was like 1 a.m. So the whole Thanksgiving day was just kind of like gone during the day. And from what I heard, it's because my sister came in and visited me, is they gave me something to like really knock me out. And I would just come to, and I'd see that IVs were in my arm, and I would just grab them and start pulling out. Like, what is going on? Why are these in my arm? And my sister was just like, whoa. And she said that every time it started to happen, she had to act like it was her first time seeing me. It happened like 5 or 6 times when she was there. But every time I just kept like pulling the stuff out of my arm. Because I was like, why am I here? What is this? You know, like I couldn't remember anything. I was like super out of it. But sorry to any of the nurses or doctors who see this. That first night was probably really rough. But after that, I woke up and I felt like super dizzy, like more dizzy than when I went in. But I felt good. There was no more shaking. I had like a little bit of stuff going on inside my body, but it wasn't anything compared to what it was. But the recovery process was nice. I was admitted to Cedars-Sinai on La Cienega, and they took really good care of me. And all the nurses and all the doctors were really nice and really made sure I was okay. But yeah, if you guys know anyone who's going through anything really serious, you guys should definitely be there for them and look out for them and try and talk to them and, you know, hope that they're okay. Because this just kind of snuck up on me. Like everything with me and my mom had been super cool for years and years and years and years. Like nothing was like bad, anything. But just seeing her in such a vulnerable state, and you know, she has like the bags coming out, like one for poop, one for pee. So it's like it was really intense, and she was like severely medicated. So it kind of like opened up all these traumas that I had when I was a kid. And they just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was remembering more and more and more and more. And it kind of just really messed me up. And I didn't realize how bad I probably should have had therapy when I was a kid. Because my dad and my other family would try and talk to me about stuff when I was a kid. And I'd just be like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm fine, you know? And apparently I wasn't, because when that came out, it was definitely one of the scariest things I've ever felt. And when I talked to Andy about it, Andy kind of like looked at me, or he kind of like told me, he's like, Nige, whether you realize it or not, I think you were trying to kill yourself. And that kind of like had like a little like bomb go off in my head. And it made me kind of realize how there's people out there who are going through so much pain that they're not consciously choosing to kill themselves, but something in them is just like, I'm over this, you know? So my girlfriend too, I told her that Andy said that, and she's like, yeah, I think you were. So I really thought about that, and it really dawned on me that, damn, I think I was as well. Like now that I've like come to the conclusion of this, and now I'm doing really well. But it just made me think how many people we've lost, how many skaters we've lost, how many like celebrities, how many everyone we've lost. And like, they're not trying to kill themselves. they're just really sad and they're trying to self-medicate with something that they shouldn't be self-medicating with, you know? Like now that that happened, I've just been exercising a lot, walking a lot, eating really well, reading books, spending time with my girl, and just like being out in nature and taking care of this in a very, very, very healthy manner. But before all this started to happen with, because Vic passed away as well, and my mom getting cancer, like I found that out within like a 2 day span. And at first I was good. I was fine. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go up to Washington. I'm gonna try and help my mom. And then that just did not go how I thought it was gonna go. And I came back and I was okay, but I was like really like kind of like in a really sketchy state. And then started drinking and got it really out of control and I ended up in the hospital. But I just, if this video can help anyone like realize the signs of what's happening to them and they can like catch it sooner than I did so they don't end up in the hospital, or their friends or family can pay attention and like make sure they're okay. Cause I was so close. Like I've never been that close to dying. Like your whole body's shaking and you can't control it. And like that was the most insane feeling I've ever felt. Like definitely craziest experience I've ever gone through. But once again, if you can donate to my mom's GoFundMe, we're trying to help her take care of her cancer and get her back to a good spot. And we appreciate everything that you guys have given so far. And I really pray for anyone out there who's going through a similar thing with cancer or substance abuse or anything else that's going on in their life, because it's real. And, you always want to think you have a good hold on it. Now I have a lot of people to talk to. If I even feel like drinking, which I haven't yet, thanks God. But if I even feel like drinking, I have a lot of people I can call and talk to, people I can hang out with, and just stay in a really good state of mind. But I felt like it was important for me to let you guys know what I was going through. And if this message even helps anyone else change their life and not end up like how I just did, is totally worth it. And this has been a very amazing year for me, but also very, very, very humbling. And this is just another step, like I always kind of kept my alcoholism as like something that no one really knew about. But now I feel like this is a very important time for me to talk about it. If I almost died and got that close, I feel like it's good for everyone out there to understand that this is a real thing that happens. And if you have family or friends that are battling something like this, please just be there for them, but understand it's like also their own personal battle. So they're going to choose to do what they choose to do. And sometimes trying to get them to stop pushes them away. Maybe try to get them to do things that they normally like to do instead of drinking. Like for me, skating pulled me right out of drinking. I was getting in really good shape skating. Everything was great. And then going to Washington, I couldn't really skate as much. Stuff started to like, blow up in my face. And I didn't really understand how to handle that trauma from when I was a child. It literally felt like I was turned back into a 10-year-old kid again and having to deal with my mom with cancer. And I was like, whoa, like I had no idea that that was even a possibility. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for always tuning in. I have lots of awesome stuff coming up. I'm in a really good spot right now, but I kind of wanted to make sure I got out of that and was in a good spot before I made this video and started to like push harder for the future. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll be talking soon.